A hurricane just blew through. How is Universal doing?
Let's go find out.
Hey, what's going on everybody? Rick and Nikki here.
Hello.
Let's get started. The welcome banners, they're back up. The lighting rigging has returned. And the HHN medallion and the HHN IP houses, the banners for those have returned. The water taxis are fully operational, shuttling people to and fro today. We're inside the park now, but let me give you the time frame of events. So Universal closed its gates at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. The hurricane hit we started getting effects maybe 4 hours later, 4.5 hours later?
Yeah, beginning of it.
So it kind of hit overnight Wednesday night. The theme park was closed all day Thursday, and it's now Friday morning, and it's reopened. So yesterday was spent putting things back in order, or things that were taken away, put back in its place, such as the Halloween Horror Nights signage has returned. But not everything has returned. See the 2 poles here? That's where some banners usually are, but they're empty. So this was a week we had some friends in town, and they stayed at Universal Orlando Resorts.
Yes, over a couple different ones.
And through the hurricane, and they were well taken care of.
Oh, for sure.
There were DJs at the resorts.
And character meet and greets.
Spider-Man was at Cabana Bay greeting guests.
Exactly. They went all out to keep the guests happy while the hurricane was coming through.
But I think a lot of them are stir crazy. I think the park is going to be busy today.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone's sitting around the resorts for at least a day and a half, if not 2 days. So I expect a higher level of crowd today.
Oh, for sure. Even based on parking. It was really backed up. So yeah, I would imagine it's going to be a busy day.
True, because schools are still out.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm out. And I'm not working today.
And just people living in neighborhoods, they're a little stir crazy too. Halloween Horror Nights props have returned to Hollywood Boulevard. However, the summer tribute store facade is still gone, and quite honestly, I don't think there's a reason for it to come back. I mean, it has to be time for it to shut down completely anyway. We're getting close to it. So I don't see a reason why to bring back the facade. But it is still open. Central Park looks the same, other than maybe the leaves have thinned out since we were last here. This is not a prop. This was blown off by Milton. And speaking of Milton, I think we've named the turtle Milton. Milton was safe during the hurricane. He screwed to the floor. The flags near DreamWorks Land have been removed. They have not been put up yet. They might want to hold off. There might be another storm coming. Let's not put those flags up too soon. But I want to talk about this Face Your Fears poster. We watched the first couple episodes of Teacup last night. So we were trying to find something to watch last night. I was in control of the remote.
For once.
And I knew what Teacup was. I knew it was a Halloween show, you know, a scary, kind of a horror show. Nikki didn't.
No, he totally tricked me.
So it was too late. She got a little invested in it, had to watch the first 2 episodes. But then when we were done with it, she was like, oh, people have been telling you to watch the Penguin, Rick. The Penguin Show, the Penguin Show.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it's like Happy Feet. I was like, oh, I want to watch penguins, like it's a documentary or something.
So I go to Max, and I'm like, oh, you want the penguin, do you? Because I knew she was confused. And I pull it up, and she's like, oh, no. I thought it was like Happy Feet.
So I got duped twice. Literally, Teacup, you can't tell by the name what the heck it is.
And there's no Happy Feet in the Penguin.
No, there's no, so twice. You got me twice last night.
I have to entertain myself, you know.
And that's why I don't give him power to use the remote.
Looks like there's a lot of activity inside of DreamWorks Land. Parents happy to have the kids run around and burn off some energy after being cooped up in the hotel for a few days. E.T. Adventure is currently a 35-minute wait. The new wait time signboard, they're trying to get it to work. It was flashing some stuff earlier, just like a moment ago, but by the time I got here, it stopped. I know what Nikki's doing. She must like these plants, and since we're having a new home built, are you trying to figure out what these are?
Yeah.
So we can have these?
Yes, they're gorgeous.
Well, look, and butterflies. Butterflies like
they're
them.
pollinators. And
Wow.
Oh, these are beautiful. I want these. See, there's bees.
Yeah.
And butterflies.
Well, figured out what it is. We'll get it.
It is
Oh, here we go. Do we have the answer?
Celosia antennas.
And Celosia antennas. Sounds like a
Butchering it.
like some actor's name or something.
It does.
I feel like we're making a Epcot flower and garden video now.
Well, I'm telling you that whenever I see stuff, I use that Google image search, and yeah,
Well,
so now I know what to plant in the yard because this is gorgeous.
We'll do a Rickety Life video one day where we show us planting these. They've placed this Halloween Horror Nights food truck back in its proper place. On to Fast Food Boulevard in Springfield, where they always have something interesting cooking up. I will note the past 2 days have been nice weather days. Like after the hurricane left, yesterday the high didn't even reach into the 80s. Today the high probably going to be 81, 82.
Well, I saw this meme and I can't remember it exactly, but it was something about how the weather's trying to be all cutesy now and act like fall after it just tried to kill us. So, yeah, I think it's trying to make it up to us.
I appreciate the nice weather.
Me too. It's sunny and beautiful and cooler and less humidity. So, it's giving us a little gift.
We just need to get into the time frame where the high, you know, doesn't get above 78. Then I'll be really happy.
Yeah, that would be lovely. And then you wouldn't come home grumpy.
35-minute wait for the Simpsons ride. This Halloween Horror Nights food tent has returned, as has the Nightmare Fuel sign. However, the Fanta tent hasn't returned yet.
But HHN is happening tonight. So.
It's on, baby. When it comes to these hurricanes, it's really not the structures I worry about. Seems like the landscaping, trees and such, take a bigger hit. In fact, we were not affected at all, either with the house we're renting right now, nor the house that we are having built. That wasn't affected, and like no landscaping. In fact, the area that we live in, the only issue, there was no structural issues, just there were some down limbs and trees.
Exactly, we got really, really lucky. Our daughter lives in Wesley Chapel, and they got quite a bit of wind and rain, but again, totally safe. So I think we are very blessed in that aspect of everybody was healthy and happy and okay. So. But we do want to say thank you so much for all the prayers and the good vibes and the well wishes and everything. You know, we're very lucky that we got through it without any problems. But thank you guys so much for all the support and love that you guys gave us.
I think the only thing is sometime after maybe 4:30, we might have lost power for 20 minutes. We were asleep just because the clocks were off by 20 minutes when we woke up.
I will say it was really, really, really scary though. I mean, the wind was, it was like having a fire hose against the windows. I was like, oh, they're gonna bust.
It was the windiest storm that we've experienced in a while.
Right, exactly. It was a little scary.
Wait time for Gringotts, 55 minutes. The awning for the entrance to Lombard's Landing, not there. I assume they took it down before the storm got here. In San Francisco, the Blumhouse Scare Zone signage is back, and the support wires with the flags, they're gone. The Major Sweets Candy Company display is back by Shea Alcatraz. Everyone can breathe a sigh of relief. Fast and Furious Supercharge, it's safe. Nikki, I know you were losing sleep worried about Fast and Furious.
I was. Really was.
Can you relax now?
Yes.
Well, not everything is back up and running at Universal. The Beat Builder stage here, still not put back together. No performances today, I would assume. HHN Props back in New York City. Revenge of the Mummy roller coaster is a 35-minute wait. The HHN food tents in New York City, all set up again, ready to serve people tonight. This Fanta bar almost back together, and probably the other Fanta places, they'll be ready by tonight. A lot of switchback fencing ready to be set up. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be a lot of work.
I was just about to say that. Woo-wee.
A lot of work being done by the team members here at Universal. Think about it, they basically had to break down Halloween Horror Nights, set it away safely, and then build it back up again, all in like a day.
They're professionals.
Or a couple days.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a well-oiled machine. They got this down.
Yeah. The longest wait time in the park today, as we took our lap at least, 65 minutes for Despicable Me. The line to buy express passes needs an express pass line. It's really long. Well, our adventure is not beginning, rather continuing at Islands of Adventure. Well, we cannot enter Marvel Superhero Island this way because work is being done at the Hulk. The island is open, it's just not accessible this way. Looks like they're getting new netting, new protective netting in case someone has their sunglasses fly off, they land in the net. But because of that reason, Hulk is not open. Before we go any further, how about lunch at Confisco? This is the penne alla vodka for $20.95. Grilled Italian sausage, olives, blistered cherry tomatoes, crispy pepperoncini, tossed in a light tomato vodka cream sauce.
And I'm getting the ahi tuna nachos for $16.95.
All done with lunch, time for Rix and Nix. Quick food review. You go first. What'd you have?
I had the ahi tuna nachos, which are amazing. Oh my gosh, I think I'll just get those every time because they're so dang delicious.
You did clean your plate. You had nothing left on your plate.
I did, and it probably has a ton of gluten in it, but that's okay. It was slightly worth the discomfort I'm gonna have later. But
and I had the penne alla vodka. When I first had this meal a couple years ago, just reading the description, the word sausage, that got me in. But I stayed for that creamy vodka sauce. That is one of my favorite pasta dishes,
yes.
And it is because of the creamy vodka sauce. It is amazing. You had a couple bites.
I did. So I took, so there's like whole tomatoes in there, cherry tomatoes, and then there's like olives and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so, chef's kiss, so great. It was very delicious.
But it is one of my favorite pasta dishes in the area, but most definitely at Universal. So if you're a pasta lover, Confisco, penne alla vodka, recommendation. See the palm trees here in Seuss Landing? A hurricane made them all curvy. Not this past hurricane. These palm trees are actually from Hurricane Andrew. That's why they're all like curvy like they are. I don't think we're going to spend too much time here at Islands of Adventure. I'm mostly interested to see what happened in Jurassic Park. You see, a few years ago a storm came through and it damaged the building at the Jurassic Park River Adventure. So I want to check on that to make sure it survived this one. Okay. Oh my goodness. What happened here? This structure is practically in ruins. I think Hogsmeade is going to be in good shape. I just want to check on the wait time for Hagrid's. It's a 2-hour wait, 120 minutes. Hogwarts Castle is solid. Solid as a rock. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Velocicoaster kind of busy today with a 95-minute wait. There's lots of foliage in Jurassic Park. It all appears to be in good shape. Maybe just a little thinned out from some leaves, blown away in the wind. This is the building that was damaged a few years ago in a storm, but it looks like it weathered this one, Hurricane Milton, just fine. Time to check out Toon Lagoon. Oh no, this is the worst thing I've seen. Look what the hurricane did to that little boat. Totally ruined it. Lifted it up, set it on a pile of rocks. Oh my gosh. There's this box here in Toon Lagoon by the Midway Games. I'm wondering if there was a some type of post there that maybe was bent over and had to be removed, either for fans or some type of signage. I don't have all the lampposts memorized. They still have the banners here rolled up. And speaking of banners, Bruce Banner's ride, the Incredible Hulk, still not running, though the new netting is all up and secured. But other than that, Marvel Superhero Island is just fine. And there you have it, our little slice of Florida, back to normal, thankfully. And with all that being said and done today,
That was the magic, that was the fun.
good to have you back, Nikki.
Nice to be back.
Click that subscribe button.